Hello everyone and welcome to Smatter Effect. Today I'll be reviewing Ready or Not, a movie that was released in 2019 and was directed by Matt Bettinelli, Olpen, and Tyler Gillett. It stars Samara Weaving as a bride who has no idea what kind of family she is marrying into. The movie plays like the plot of Die Hard mixed with the style of the Addams Family, and I mean that as a compliment because this movie is done really well. Now this is going to be a spoiler review, okay? So let's go over the story. We meet Grace on her wedding day as she is about to marry Alex Ledamas and into his very wealthy family. The movie makes it clear from the beginning that this family is peculiar, and as we are led through their huge mansion, we can see that games are very important to them. We will see just how important later. The first act of the movie is surprisingly subtle, taking its time to let us meet and mingle with the cast, and has beautiful cinematography, lovingly showing off the beauty of the family estate where the wedding will take place. It lets the viewer get to know Grace and Alex for a bit before Grace's world gets turned upside down. Almost immediately after the nuptials, Grace and Alex are summoned for some family business. Alex explains that there is something that the family does each time someone new joins the family, and now it is her turn. The new member of the family must play a game on the night of their wedding with the family. It could be a game like checkers or chess. All she has to do is play, and she is accepted wholeheartedly into the family. She is underwhelmed, but says if it helps his family accept her, then she will do her best. Now, Alex's family summons them into the game room and explains that the family owes everything to one man, a man named LaBelle. LaBelle funded their great-grandfather's playing card company and only asked for one thing that we know of, playing a game when someone new joins the family. The newly added family member must play a randomly chosen game. During the exposition, some of the other family members chime in with the games they had to play. One mentions they had to play chess, and the other had to play Old Maid. But Grace pulls the card Hide and Seek. The mood shifts as Grace laughs and asks, who has to hide? They explain she will hide in the mansion, and if she wants to win, she needs to stay hidden until dawn. She laughs out loud and asks, why would she want to stay hidden for so long, for such a silly game? Well, she'll soon find out. The family seems nonchalant about the whole thing and just wants to get it over with as Grace runs out to hide. I have to stop here to mention that the acting in this movie is above average, and the dialogue is sharp and succinct. I really appreciate the way everyone is given a chance to interact with each other, giving the characters depth and making their relationships seem real. The movie does a great job of creating a unique and mysterious world, a bunch of fun characters, and making us wish we knew more about the world they created without making us feel left with more questions than answers. Now, with Grace running off and hiding, we see the family walking around with really old weapons like axes and crossbows and shotguns. Alex catches up with Grace, and just when he tries to explain to her what is really going on, a woman enters the room and is immediately shot as they hear, I got her, I got her. As the family gather around, they can see that someone has mistakenly killed a member of the staff. With Grace and Alex out of view, the family explains to the others that they only need to injure Grace so they can perform the ritual. After they leave with the body, Grace trembles in shock as Alex tries to explain to her that she picked the one card from LaBelle's card deck that is bad, and now the family believes that they must kill her before sunrise or the family will die. The movie steps it up a notch from here, as Grace gets the seriousness of the situation, calling Alex out on it. He says it was such a long shot that she would draw that card that he wasn't overly concerned enough about it to risk losing her. He offers to help her escape and says he will meet up with her later. Now, Grace is no slouch. She doesn't panic, she doesn't cry, she steps it up and takes on the situation the best she can. The action is pretty good, and Samara Weaving really has a star quality about her that really shines through in a role that could have been just another generic suspense horror role. Grace tries so many ways to get out of her plight, including bargaining, begging, fighting, running, and you feel like you're with her the whole way. The supporting characters are led by Mark O'Brien as Alex, Adam Brody as Alex's older brother Daniel, and Andie MacDowell, yes, Andie MacDowell from Groundhog Day, as their mother, among others. Those people are left to shine with whatever light is left after Samara Weaving takes all the light. She shines so bright in this movie, it's great. The rest of this cast is fine as well, with a special note for the actress playing the grumpy aunt, who reminds me of Uncle Reuben from the old Tom Hanks movie, The Burbs. She is stiff. The horror action set pieces are great, but it's touches of humanity in between that really make this movie work. There is a running gag about how inept everyone is with their old weapons and that they are required to work with. One of the family members has to use an ancient-looking crossbow and has to look on YouTube for a tutorial on how to use it. Another running joke is how they keep killing their employees, the employees that are trying to help them, and how they have to get rid of the bodies, and how annoyed they are that they have to get their hands dirty. When they finally subdue Grace and start the ritual, it's hilarious in how they try to make it work and how ridiculous they know they look trying to finish it. When all is said and done, this movie is more black comedy than horror or suspense, and the ending really showcases that. And it ends in such a satisfying way, but I'm not going to spoil that here. The cast really makes it work, and the special effects, the sets, and the music are fantastic. This movie just goes to prove that the execution of the story can be just as important as originality. I get a lot of Die Hard vibes from this movie. Someone caught unaware in a dangerous cat and mouse game with a bunch of bad people ready to harm our hero. But this movie rises above a typical action movie. This movie has everything I love in a good action thriller and adds some horror and comedy as well. It showcases its characters, acting, writing, and directing in such a stylish light and adds a lot of stuff you might not expect, like great cinematography and twisted humor. Looking at the box office, they were quite successful not only financially, but hit with reviewers as well. I hope this leads to a sequel that continues the lore and keeps the quality high. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.